All right, now it's iPower 92.1 and 104.1. You know, having a ball today. We got a special guest in the building. Hey, come on up to the microphone.
What's good?
AGNEZ MO, what is the deal?
Hey, like, tell me what you want to know.
I'm going to tell you what I want to know. First things first, where did you find that oh so beautiful sweater that you have? It just speaks so much to my spirit. I think we're soulmates. Like, we're like spiritual animals.
Exactly.
Like, is that what Kanye says? Spiritual animals?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
But you can't say it out loud here.
No,
right?
no. It's
absolutely not.
No. But it's so finely laid across you, and it just says, you know what? This shirt is definitely more than your paycheck.
Exactly.
But no, it's really dope, man. Welcome to Richmond, Virginia.
Thank you,
Loving the music. Overdose is so dope, you know. And the one thing that really caught me off guard was when I was watching the video, the credits said directed by you.
Yeah.
So where'd that start out?
Yeah, so, you know, I've always been kind of like a visual artist. So what I meant by it is that whenever I record something or write something in the studio, I kind of already know what the vision should be, right? Mm-hmm. And, you know, I've been doing this for a while, and at a certain point I was just like, you know what, I'm going to stop telling people what I want. Just do it myself. That's what it is. It's especially when it comes to music, it's all about the vibe. And sometimes you can't tell people what the vibe should be. You should just be able to do it yourself, and that's it, you know? Yeah,
but you know, not everybody actually has the patience and the wherewithal and the discipline, should I say, to actually learn what you needed to learn, because all you talking treatments and stuff.
and that's the thing. That's the thing. It's like, especially I feel like this generation, everything is so instant. And I came from, I think, the best of both worlds. You know, I came from the time where, you know, when I actually had to go somewhere to get something. I can't just like learn it from the YouTube, because there was no YouTube that time. There was no social media. So I learned to enjoy the process. And I feel like, you know, once you know how to enjoy that process, like it becomes easier every day.
Most definitely. Well, you know, I mean, we live in a microwave world. Like, even sampling and production and stuff, it's just completely different. Like, now all you got to do is press a button, and you used to have to splice that. You used to have to do everything. Now, coming from Indonesia, when you got into the American culture and see how people moved and think, what was your first impression of it?
You know, first of all, I never really pay attention of what other people are doing. So,
really?
So that's kind of,
why not?
I don't know. I just feel like sometimes it's a distraction of what I'm supposed to do. You know what I mean? Because there is a reason why music is called, you know, it's considered universal language, because it's supposed to cross over those boundaries.
Right.
You know what I mean? And I think that's what I'm doing. Yeah, it took me longer to finally like get where I'm at right now, but it's worth it. You know, because now everybody's seeing or watching or listening to my music, and they know that it's me. Like, that's me.
Chris and everybody, was it just an organic interaction? Like, how did you guys run into each other?
Absolutely. So, you know, we've been, you know, like following each other on social media for like 2 or 3 years before that. And we've kind of, you know, we were familiar with each other's work. But we never like, you know, hit the button and say, yo, like, let's just go into the studio and vibe out, until one day we were just like, yo, let's just play each other's music. You know, let's just start there. Let's not talk about the business side. Let's not talk about, you know, you're signed to this label, I'm signed to this label. Let's just talk about the music first.
Two dope souls vibing out.
It's supposed to be about the music first, right?
Allegedly,
you know. But yeah, so you know, we went to the studio, we vibe out, and then he had an idea for me to be featured on one of his albums, and at that time it was the deluxe album. And then we didn't stop there. We just started working more and more. We didn't have any boundaries, you know, again, about the boundaries. We didn't think of, oh, let's make it more pop today. Oh, let's make it more urban for today. You know, oh, let's create a ballad now. No. We were just we listen to the beats, and whatever is the intersection point between opportunity and readiness.
Okay. Right.
So the opportunity, sometimes you can create it yourself, but a lot of times it can't be created yourself, right? But you being ready, that's one thing that you can control.
Most definitely.
So I just have to make sure that when that opportunity comes, I'm ready. So that's the reason why, like, even until right now, I still take vocal classes. I still go to the gym. I still do this, and that. And, you know, like, just stay ready.
So do you think that, like, it kind of takes a toll on you? Like, because it seems like you're always on.
Yeah.
You're always ready. You're always going.
Yeah.
How does that, like, you're a human.
Yeah.
How do you take it?
And it's crazy that you said that I'm always on, because I definitely am not.
Really?
Because, I want to take the time so that every time I come to the station, or every time I have to do a performance or an event, I make sure that I have that 100% energy.
Let me ask you, do you think your leverage as already being a star before you got here helps you with saying no to those opportunities? Because, a lot of people might be scared to say no because they think,
Absolutely.
you know what I'm saying?
But you know what? You know what's crazy? The reason why I was big in Indonesia or in Asia, because I had the guts to say no, even when I was, you know what I mean?
Really?
Yeah, absolutely. And I got to give a shout out to my mom, because, like, she's a strong mom, she's a strong mother, and she's the first person that ever taught me, you have to say no if you're not comfortable with it. You have to think about the long term and not just the short term. And I always believe that your success, again, doesn't depend on what you say yes to, but it's what you say no to.
Whoo. Ladies and gentlemen, this is AGNEZ MO. She has a great song out with Chris Brown. And listening to her talk is just as entertaining. She's very fun to be around. I can't wait to get one of those shirts that she has. But man, tell me about the single that you got with Chris.
Yeah. Overdose. Yeah, it's like overdosing on love. Chris was actually the one encouraging me to direct this one. Because I thought that he would want to direct this one, right? Because he's also a music video director. So when he told me, no, like, girl, like, you have to direct this. And so I wrote a few treatments, and I told them, like, yo, like, everybody else have seen the glamorous side of AGNEZ MO and Chris Brown. Like, everybody else have seen my other music videos that's like,
38 million views, crazy.
Like this and that, like the stage, the outfits, the fashion. Let's just bring it back to the world, where it can be about two people in love.
That's dope. That's dope. Being a star in Asia.
Yeah.
K-pop. Did you do any of that? Like I just watched the documentary on all that. Like I didn't realize how big pop music is in Asia, and really it garners such a way bigger audience, and you could probably make a way bigger amount of money.
Right.
So why the States?
I was like 19 years old. I kind of compiled all the names that I wanted to work with, and the first page was Timbaland's name.
Ah, okay. You in the right place, Virginia.
It was Timbaland's name, and the reason why I do music, I mean, both of my parents are former national athletes, so the way they raised me, the way my family raised me, has never been about your fame, or they never hype me out like,
right.
They never hype me out like, oh, you're the ish, you're this, you're that. No, they just they respect me for the amount of work that I put in. And so because they raised me that way, I've always focused on the real thing, which is the learning process. And at that time I was just like, yo, I'm 19, okay, I made a killing, I made it, I made it work, but what's next? So when I asked that question to myself, I'm like, okay, let me just raise the bar right now. What can I do, as an Indonesian? Okay, let's just start putting out names, right? That's like genius and amazing in what they do. So I compiled producers' names, choreographers, songwriters that I wanted to work with, and I probably crossed most of the checklist already. Timbaland, Jim Beans, Makiba, Esther Dean, Johnny Wright, Justin Timberlake's manager. Now he also manages me along with our partner Screwface. So it's a vision folder.
Yeah.
And so it started off as a little girl wanting to learn how to be better. It started with just that.
This is very random, but do you have kids?
No.
Well, you're gonna be a great mom. You're gonna the patience that you have with teaching a stranger about life. Yeah. So, AGNEZ MO, everybody. I appreciate you. Keep in touch with you.
Thank you so much. Your compliment right there, that made my day.
Love.
That made my
Much
day.
love.
Really, because I'm a very family oriented type of person. So what you said right there, like, I needed to hear that.
Much love and respect to you. Much love. Thank you. Thank you. South Power 92.1 and 104.1, and you can have your sweet potato pie now.
I deserve this.
You earned that sweet potato pie. Happy Thanksgiving.